What is armed robbery? Armed robbery in New Jersey is a severe offense with significant legal consequences. It not only involves theft but also the use or threat of a weapon, which elevates the gravity of the crime. This can lead to long prison sentences, substantial fines, and a criminal record that affects future opportunities. The state of New Jersey takes armed robbery very seriously due to the involvement of weapons, making it crucial to understand the laws governing this offense and the defenses available if charged. Legalities of armed robbery in New Jersey. In New Jersey, armed robbery is classified as a first-degree offense under N.J.S.A 2C. 15-1. This is one of the most severe classifications for theft-related crimes in the state, primarily due to the presence of a weapon. The prosecution must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the robbery was committed using a weapon to secure a conviction. Convictions come with harsh penalties, including extended prison sentences ranging from 10 to 20 years. These sentences are often subject to the No Early Release Act, (NERA), which mandates that offenders serve at least 85% of their sentence before being eligible for parole. Additionally, prior convictions can worsen the penalties. If a defendant has previous criminal convictions, especially for violent crimes, it may lead to even more stringent sentencing under New Jersey's persistent offender laws. This highlights the importance of hiring a lawyer familiar with New Jersey robbery laws to navigate these complex legal landscapes. Elements of armed robbery. For an armed robbery conviction, the prosecution must establish several elements. Theft with force or threat. Armed robbery involves taking something of value by force or threat while armed with a weapon. The use of a weapon. New Jersey law defines a weapon broadly, extending beyond firearms to include objects like knives or even improvised items perceived as dangerous by the victim. Intent. The accused must have intended to commit theft and used the weapon to facilitate the crime or protect themselves during the act. Proving this intent is vital in determining the degree of the crime and its punishment. How armed robbery differs from simple robbery. The primary distinction between armed and simple robbery lies in the involvement of a weapon. Simple robbery involves theft with force or intimidation but without a weapon. In contrast, armed robbery adds the element of a weapon, making the crime more dangerous and leading to harsher penalties. The presence of a weapon greatly increases the fear and potential harm faced by victims, which the legal system recognizes through first-degree charges for armed robbery. Defending against armed robbery charges. Facing armed robbery charges in New Jersey can feel overwhelming, but several defense strategies can be used to challenge the charges. A skilled attorney will examine the facts of the case and help determine which defense applies. Common defenses include innocence, alibi. If you can demonstrate that you were not at the crime scene, the charges may be dropped. Providing a solid alibi could significantly weaken the prosecution's case. Duress. If the accused was forced to commit the crime under threat of harm or death, they may use duress as a defense. This requires showing that the threat was immediate and unavoidable. Entrapment. Entrapment occurs when law enforcement officers induce someone to commit a crime they would not have otherwise committed. Intoxication. If voluntary intoxication can reduce sentencing, involuntary intoxication, such as being unknowingly drugged, could serve as a complete defense. Each defense requires careful legal analysis, making it critical to work with an attorney who understands the nuances of New Jersey's armed robbery laws. Understanding the process. Armed robbery cases in New Jersey follow a structured legal process. Once charged, the accused will go through an initial hearing where bail may be set. If the case proceeds to trial, the prosecution must prove each element of armed robbery beyond a reasonable doubt, including the use of a weapon, intent, and the element of force or threat. Defendants will have the opportunity to present their defense, whether it involves challenging the evidence, providing an alibi, or invoking defenses like duress or entrapment. Evidence is a critical component in these cases, with surveillance footage, witness testimonies, and forensic analysis playing central roles. The presence of DNA or fingerprint evidence can further bolster the prosecution's case, making it essential to have a lawyer who can challenge the validity and accuracy of the evidence presented. If convicted, the penalties are steep, with first-degree armed robbery typically resulting in 10 to 20 years of imprisonment. The No Early Release Act ensures that most offenders will serve the majority of their sentence before parole becomes an option. Protecting your future. An armed robbery conviction can have devastating long-term effects on your life. Beyond the immediate legal penalties like imprisonment and fines, it can restrict future employment opportunities. Many employers hesitate to hire individuals with a violent criminal record, especially one involving a first-degree offense like armed robbery. Moreover, the social stigma associated with a conviction can strain relationships with family and friends, leading to isolation. While violent crimes like armed robbery are typically not eligible for expungement, it may still be possible to appeal the conviction or sentence. This requires demonstrating errors in the trial process or legal missteps, which an experienced attorney can help identify and argue on appeal. If you or a loved one is facing armed robbery charges, it's critical to seek legal representation immediately. The attorneys at Lustberg Law Offices, LLC focus on defending armed robbery cases and can help build a defense tailored to your unique situation. Contact Lustberg Law Offices, LLC today at 201-880-5311, or visit them at 1 University Plaza Dr. Suite 212, Hackensack, New Jersey, 07601, United States, to discuss your legal options and begin preparing your defense.